with the top stories I'm going to delve into our deep dive segment today. We will take you through the SIR drive, electoral roll revision that's currently being carried out by the Election Commission in Bihar. So the EC today has announced that after the successful run in Bihar, they're going to decide now to have SIR across 12 states of India, including union territories. And among those states are all the election-bound states like West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and so on. We're going to take you through details of that while you have opposition states crying foul. EC is going ahead with this drive. And a little more in detail on Deep Dive today. Very sad story that's coming from Delhi's Faridabad, where a young boy killed himself after his friend blackmailed him with AI images showing his sisters nude in some really dirty, compromising positions, and this boy believed it and claimed his life. We will give you details on that with our cyber experts on how this could be taken up legally, because mind you, the accused has still not been arrested because it's a cyber crime case. Anyway, we have more stories on our day to night segment with our top story on Vijay after the Karur incident, finally meeting with the victims' families, but he calls them to a resort. A lot more in detail, as always, the headlines first. Election Commission of India launches Phase 2 of electoral roll revision, special intensive revision that kicks off tonight, covering Tamil Nadu, Kerala and 10 other states. In fact, this drive is going to begin on the 4th of November. It will exclude Assam. Election Commission, while talking about SIR in Bengal, says states' duty is to maintain law and order, and they will do it as it is. They will basically have to ensure EC's drive should be done with law and order maintained. No confrontation should happen between EC and the state. Cyclone Mamata intensifies over Bay of Bengal, heads towards Andhra coast with heavy rains and gale force winds. IMD issues red and orange alerts for 23 districts. Prime Minister Modi speaks to Andhra CM on Cyclone Mamata's impact, assures full support. Supreme Court proposes CBI probe into rising digital arrest frauds, seeks data from all states as AG links scam networks to foreign syndicates in Myanmar and Thailand. Tejasvi Surya to be meeting with DK Shivkumar on Bengaluru tunnel plan. The MP is all set to pitch alternative mobility blueprint for the city. Deputy Chief Minister says, DK Shivkumar says constructive suggestions more than welcome, assures fair hearing to Surya's proposal tomorrow. Posters in Tiruchi slamming Vijay for forgetting two TVK cadres who died en route to the party meet last year. The posters read, "You promised to adopt Karur victims' families, but ours are left stranded." TVK says 5 lakh already given, local cadres still helping. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has termed SIR move itself as the biggest miscalculation. Stalin says DMK has urged the Election Commission to reconsider the decision. They aren't happy. Tamil Nadu isn't happy with the SIR drive. They believe that genuine voters might just be omitted for ulterior motives. UK police launch a massive hunt after racially aggravated rape was carried out on a Punjabi woman, an Indian woman who was assaulted by unknown white male in Walsall. Police have released this CCTV footage, asking for people to give some information, will be rewarded for it. Another racist attack that's happened in London. All right, let me cut across to the biggest story of the day, the SIR drive. Electoral roll cleanup that's happening in Bihar. nearly completed. The EC takes immense pride in it, saying it has been spotless, there's been no appeals, and therefore we want to carry out this drive across the country, which was expected. An announcement has now formally come. A major announcement by the Election Commission, the Systematic Information Reporting, or SIR as it's called, will now be rolled out across 12 states and union territories, including poll-bound states of West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Goa, Puducherry, Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep. The EC says SIR aims to ensure cleaner polls and real-time tracking of election violations. So now's the time to keep all your documents ready. If you're in any of the states that I've mentioned, then you have to keep these documents. Apart from your voter's ID, which is one thing that you'll have to show if they knock at your door, you could also show your PAN card, your driving license, your passport, Manrega job card, bank or post office passbook with a photo, pension document with a photo. Even Aadhaar is allowed, though it's been contended. Though right now we hear EC is also accepting Aadhaar. These are the documents that will work. Let me take you through what the EC chief had said.
जिन राज्यों में SIR हो रहा है या अभी होने वाला है, उनकी मतदाता सूची आज रात को 12 बजे फ्रीज कर दी जाएगी और उन हर मतदाता को जिसका नाम उस सूची में है, उसको एक यूनिक इन्यूमरेशन फॉर्म प्रिंट करके BLO उसके घर देने जाएंगे। इन्यूमरेशन फॉर्म में वो आवश्यक डिटेल्स होंगे जो कि आज की मतदाता सूची में हैं। जब BLO फॉर्म्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना शुरू करेंगे एग्जिस्टिंग इलेक्टर्स को, उसके बाद इन्यूमरेशन फॉर्म में जिसका भी नाम है वो उसको लिंक करने का प्रयास करेंगे कि क्या उन्हीं का नाम 2003 की सूची में था। अगर था तो उनको कोई भी कागज और नहीं देने होंगे।
All right, but the announcement, of course, has already triggered enough strong political reactions across the state, across multiple states. Let's start with Tamil Nadu. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin there has slammed the rollout, calling it a Bihar-model shortcut designed to remove genuine voters from marginalized communities. Stalin alleges it's a targeted political ploy by the BJP to tamper with electoral rolls ahead of the 2026 Tamil Nadu elections. DMK has also held a key meeting of alliance partners where they are going to be chalking out a joint strategy for voter enrollment and vigilance during the revision process to ensure that they do not lose out on genuine voters. That's their fear. The opposition in Tamil Nadu, DMK, has welcomed the move on the other hand, calling it a bold step towards cleaner elections. Party leaders in the DMK said if SIR is truly helpful, if it ensures fair rolls, then why not? What's to fear it? Now in West Bengal, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee in West Bengal has called the SIR drive a digital dragnet. In fact, says that this is a digital dragnet that's meant to intimidate the opposition. Mamata Banerjee is not at all happy with the SIR drive in West Bengal, she says, and specifically uses the term digital dragnet, meant to intimidate the opposition. Trinamool Congress now plans a massive mobilization as well on November 2nd, where they're going to be protesting the SIR drive, calling it a fight to protect democracy. BJP, of course, in West Bengal, accusing Mamata Banerjee of trying to defy EC norms, claiming that over 230 officials in West Bengal, including 17 district magistrates, 22 additional DMs, were all transferred after the SIR announcement was made without the Commission's consent. The BJP has lodged a formal complaint as well with this regard with the Chief Election Commissioner, calling this an absolute violation of electoral procedure. Responding to the questions on West Bengal, EC has also spoken, saying the state government must ensure that this happens without any conflict and law and order is a state subject.
संविधान के अंतर्गत हर संवैधानिक संस्था को अपना दायित्व निभाना होता है। आर्टिकल 324 सब क्लॉज 6 के तहत मतदाता सूची तैयार करने के लिए या मतदान कराने के लिए जिन भी चुनावी कर्मियों की आवश्यकता चुनाव आयोग को होगी, वो राज्य सरकार मुहैया करा के डेपुटेशन पर देने के लिए बाध्य है। इसी तरीके से कानून व्यवस्था की जो आपने बात की, वो राज्य सरकार की संवैधानिक जिम्मेदारी है और मुझे इसमें कोई भी संकोच नहीं है कि हर राज्य सरकारें चुनाव आयोग की तरह ही अपनी पूरी संवैधानिक दायित्व का निर्वहन करेंगी और करती रही।
All right, now on the other hand, you have Assam. Assam itself, it seems like it's been left out in the announcement by the EC chief. He says that Assam, in fact, EC explaining that since Assam's citizenship verification process is currently underway under Supreme Court supervision, SIR will have to wait. It will be launched there only later under a special order. Assam is also going to elections next year, so it seems like the state will have to wait a little longer until the Supreme Court monitored citizenship verification drive completes. Now, we're looking at elections next year in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, West Bengal, Puducherry. The Election Commission calls this a cleanup exercise. Now, the opposition saying this is deliberately done to benefit BJP and its allies. Let me bring in our panelists on board to give us a little more clarity on the SIR drive that's completed in Bihar, now to happen in most parts of India. Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP, joins us. We also have Advocate Sulaiman Muhammad Khan, spokesperson of the Congress, and Abhilash Bhadra, political analyst, and Dr. Muhammad Amin, former Joint Director, ECI. Let me bring in the Dr. Muhammad, who is the former Joint Director of the Election Commission of India, to give us a little sense of what the SIR drive really reflects. It's happening after 21 years. It's a big move indeed. It's according to EC cleansing all the redundant voters, or basically voters that do not exist, fake voters. This is what's being done, and it's being done to clean up the electoral roll ahead of elections so that fair, legitimate people get to vote. But the opposition cries foul, saying this is deliberately being used to cut out votes that are not in favor of the BJP. Sir, your take on this? What's in your experience? How do you view this from the Election Commission? A historic move after 2 decades.
Nabila ji, actually you can see this was happened at the time of 2003, 2, 3 and 4. Means 21 years before this was done officially by the Election Commission of India. And revision is always done before the election in every state, before the assembly and before the parliament. This is the style of functioning of the Election Commission of India. And you see, in the last election of the state like Delhi, Haryana and Maharashtra, the LOP, Mr. Rahul Gandhi has raised the question that the Election Commission has the friendship with the BJP party, the ruling party, and they have given the opportunity to induct the illegal votes in the voter list. And after that, some elections, this voter list, they have deleted the opposition voters. So this is what they given the blame to the Election Commission. So every election, Election Commission has the briefing and summary, everything summarizing, and after that they find that why not we can start this time. So they have started. So the Bihar election was in front of them. That's why they have started from the Bihar. And you see the Bihar has already done successfully what the Election Commission says, and you find and everybody can see the Election Commission has done it very nicely. I'm giving the example like when we have the polling. So polling stations, you can find that every candidate, they have their polling agents at the time of the election. And same thing happened at the time of the counting time. So counting agents, all states have their counting agents. Listen. So after that, you can find this time also the Election Commission has given the liberty to our BLOs. They can assist their all party BLAs, all parties BLAs in Bihar and coming elections, coming voter list also. So in 12 states. So that's why every Election Commission want to clean up everything.
Okay.
Like
is it possible, sir, to misuse this process and target a specific voter segment? Is it possible?
That's why I'm telling you, if they can catch up. So Election Commission is a legal authority, they can take the action against the officers. Like in West Bengal, Election Commission found 4 officers and they were penalized. So the Mamata Banerjee was supporting and the Chief Secretary has not suspended 2 officers. After all, when Election Commission was strict, then the 4 officers were suspended for illegal activities in the West Bengal before a few weeks back. So this is the status of the Election Commission. Election Commission is always doing free and fair. poll and for everything. They are doing.
So they have complete independence to carry out this drive. If at all states, like Mamata Banerjee says, we won't cooperate. In a way, that's almost what
she
they
has to cooperate.
suggested.
She has to cooperate. Actually,
Well, they're holding a state organized protest, a rally that is going to be conducted on 3rd of November.
Yes, Nabila ji, just you understand, Election Commission has no power like manpower. Only we have the power through the all state officers.
So if the state does not cooperate, how does that work?
He has to be. This is the constitutional commitment, and she has to. If you want to become a chief minister of state elections, they follow the rules of the Election Commission of India.
You know, there's also allegation that Mamata Banerjee has in fact replaced and basically transferred a whole bunch of officers. Could you tell us if that is?
Yeah, she can do it, but not after the announcement of the Model Code of Conduct.
So 230 officials have allegedly been transferred, including 17 district magistrates. This is in West Bengal, and 22 additional DMs. How big is this? If it's true that this,
aware about that, the SIR is coming in the West Bengal. That's why before the announcement, she has done it. She can do it, but after the announcement.
So you're saying the announcement has come today, and therefore from now on, what she did earlier cannot be questioned. But from now on, henceforth, there should be no movement. Is that what you're saying?
Might be order is already in force in the last week. Might be they've seen this time these orders.
Maybe Charu Pragya can give us a little more, because BJP has alleged this and said very clearly that Mamata Banerjee, after knowing that SIR is going to be happening in West Bengal, has transferred nearly 230 officials, including 17 district magistrates, 22 additional DMs. Charu, what's your take on this? We hear the BJP has also filed a formal complaint against this move.
Nabila, good evening to you. Yes, absolutely. We filed a formal complaint because it's just exposing what TMC has always done. Anarchy. They do not stand for democracy in any manner whatsoever. How can any democratically elected government in India, any state government in our country, say that they will not cooperate with the SIR process when the Election Commission has already mandated so? There is constitutional authority which lies with the Election Commission, and I don't know for how long Mamata Banerjee can hide from it. Yes, she may have transferred a few officers because she is probably trying to protect some of her regions, but it just exposes her for what she really is, right? Because we've been noticing that all these opposition leaders have been treating democracy like a ghost town. They want votes of people who are either dead, who are either duplicate names, or who have moved cities maybe several times over. And they want to hold on to these names. Bihar SIR taught us that approximately 65 lakh names had to be removed. And all these names were published to the Supreme Court. All the names with their details were given to the Supreme Court. So here we have data for everyone to see and corroborate. Another alarming thing about Bihar. After all the hue and cry made by the opposition, you know how many formal objections, complaints were lodged by the opposition against the SIR process? None. Zero. They had a whole month to lodge any complaints that they might have had, but zero complaints were lodged. So this actually shows us that the Indian opposition only wants to be a roadblock in the way of democratic processes, and we are not going to stand for that. The last SIR happened over 21-22 years ago in 2003-2004. And it's a completely transparent process. Now we've started with 12 states, which were announced today. In 2003, it happened for 20 states, one after the other, simultaneously, 20 states. And what happened after that? The government still managed to change because the government's going to go where the people vote. Another thing is that the amount of fear-mongering that is still going on, Nabila, is a problem. And we need to call this out because they did this kind of fear-mongering against the CA. They do fear-mongering against the NRC. They have now started fear-mongering against the SIR. Even today, a West Bengal minister, his name is Siddakullah, he said that SIR is now going to be used to cut throats. गर्दन काटने के लिए SIR आया है. This is the kind of language he is using, and I want to call it out because fear mongering is not going to win you your electorate, and you have to stop doing that. The fact is that 90% of the electorate remains protected, because if people have been on the voter list in 2003, 2004, they don't need to produce any extra document. There's going to be several processes of verification. There'll be 3 rounds made by the BLOs. There is going to be a situation which is nearly 2 months long, a time frame of nearly 2 months long, where again protests, complaints can be lodged with the Election Commission. Everything's getting more and more transparent. Everything is getting digitized, everything is getting modernized. So instead of welcoming a situation like that, I think the opposition only wants to pick at non-issues, create massive issues out of them to just get some traction and conversation.
Okay. Let me ask the Congress spokesperson on what are the reservations. Advocate Sulaiman Mohammed, as you speak for the Congress, Bihar's election is just about coming close. You have the SIR drive that's been completed. EC calls it successful. It says there's been 0 appeals, and that's how proud they are. Ideally, this is a move in the right direction. It's progressive. You've got to weed out all the dud votes from the list, ensure genuine voters are there. This is what an honest citizen would want, that a list be clean. Now, what's your objection and what are the issues you want to raise? I mean, we've heard Rahul Gandhi, he's done presentation after presentation saying vote chori, etc. But SIR itself is independent from all of that.
I'll just raise 3-4 points. First of all, at the outset, I'll say that Election Commission has actually orchestrated the whole SIR drama to, help BJP. That was the sole purpose of doing this SIR.
Yeah.
And even the claims of reforms and cleaning, etc., have fallen flat on their face for the reason that reports are coming from different regions of Bihar that there are, humongous irregularities, and it's, as each day is passing, it's becoming more and more clear that it's only been done to the advantage of the BJP. Election Commission is actually working as an extended hand of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And it's very unfortunate and shameless for the Election Commission of India. Now, from one house, there are 247 voters which are registered in one house. We have informed the Election Commission, we have told in public view, will Mr. Ganesh Kumar, Election Commissioner of India, explain how can one house have 247 voters? How can one name is being repeated on the same booth thrice in many places, in many booths? We have questioned it. Will he explain to it? Why are these irregularities? Why is not explaining this? Why are so many duplicate voters and why so many genuine voters have been deleted to our apprehension? 47 lakh voters finally have been deleted. Now, there is no justification for doing this. So first of all, the Election Commissioner of India and the Election Commission have to explain that how these so many voters have been registered in the one house. A person has been registered with the same name thrice on the polling booth. This is the first point. Second point, this whole process is actually targeting in 3 forms. One is the systematic targeting. That means if you don't fill an enumeration form, you are out. Your legal right is gone. If you don't fill, you are out. Second, there is a structural targeting. The structure is so, if you don't give so and so documents, you are out. Third, it's a targeted, exercise by which for the first time they are asking for the citizenship. So they can target a particular, community or section of voters to oust them from the voter list.
That is an assumption, but do you have proof on that?
Assumption. Even if it's an assumption, right to vote is such a precious right. The whole democratic structure.
No, but if it's an assumption, you can't base your logic on assumption, right? My only question is, if you feel there has been irregularities in Bihar during the process, has there been any written complaint? Has there been any written complaint to the ECI? How come the ECI says there's been 0 appeals?
Now, how can you file an appeal? They'll only know the voters. Do you think Bihar people are so educated that they're going and checking their voter list every day? Every day. Will you believe it?
But who are these people? Who are these people whose names have been deleted? If you have a bunch of them, then why don't you advocate for them? If they are not able to do it, the Congress is entrenched. You have RJD and you in an alliance. Go down to the ground, get those people, fight for their rights, ensure that their names are on the rolls. Why aren't you all doing active mobilization of these people who have been affected?
Every party has their BLS.
Either you become a spokesperson of Election Commission of India or the BJP.
Anything.
Otherwise,
Can I please come in, Nabila?
it doesn't look good when I am speaking. You are
Every BLS was there.
Sir, I'm just only asking you questions. You know, this is a classic ploy of all of them who are asked hard questions say that I'm either a spokesperson of the TMC, I'm either spokesperson of the Congress, I'm either spokesperson of the BJP. Today I invited a TMC spokesperson on the panel and TMC said they refused to talk to me. So nobody likes hard questions. Clearly, neither do you.
hard. You have not at least allowed.
I'm only asking you questions. I'm saying no. Just give me a valid answer, sir.
Madam.
Okay, I will.
I have not interjected anyone. You should not interject.
I am not interjecting you. My only question here is if you have concern, sir. We don't have beyond half an hour to debate, which is why I'm interjecting you.
Like this, madam. It's not like this. Everyone is speaking in favor. I am the only, dissenting voice.
Which is why, it's a SIR drive which is ideally beneficial. So if you are saying something, it's my right to ask you as a journalist, what is
fraud by Election Commission? It's a fraud to help BJP. Please listen to me. I am saying.
Can you explain how you cannot let the allegation? You can't shoot and can I please speak now?
And let me tell you a personal thing.
Okay, no, let's have him speak. Let's have him speak. I'll give you your time, sir. Please speak. Please speak. Please speak.
Listen to me. A personal thing I am telling you. How fair is the Election Commission? I have seen with my own eyes. I am a voter of Rampur Assembly Constituency, District Rampur, UP. On 5th of December 2022, by-election to Rampur Assembly Constituency happened. I was a voter there. I went to the polling booth. These Election Commission people, police administration, DMSP, they were beating people. Thousands and thousands of people were not allowed to vote. And for the first time in the history of independent India, Rampur Assembly Constituency was won by BJP. First, they did not allow thousands of voters to vote on the polling booth.
Sir, you're saying that again you're linking SIR with physical brutality. I don't know what's the connection in that.
Helping BJP the Election Commission is not independent. This fraud will continue. This fraud will continue. This SIR is also done to the advantage of BJP. I have seen this with my own eyes when in the broad daylight, Constitution was murdered on 5th of December 22 in my constituency in District Rampur, UP. Nobody said a thing. We complained to the Election Commission. I complained. They sent me a letter that nothing of this sort has happened. I have the videos. I have everything.
So you're saying
in broad daylight.
What you're saying? People were deliberately forced out of their their voting lanes.
Not allowed. I can give you, Nabila, everything. I have all the documents, videos. At least 20,000-30,000 voters were not allowed. And on the
why were they not allowed? On what grounds were they not allowed?
Because that area is traditionally a Samajwadi Party voter. Congress and
so you're saying
Samajwadi
you're saying EC officials arm-twisted voters and physically stopped them.
They beat them. Black and blue beat them.
Okay. Now my only question is what is that got to do with the SIR drive? The SIR drive.
This Election Commission is not fair.
Okay. You're saying that they are tainted. That they are tainted.
It has done it in Rampur.
Okay.
They are doing the same with the SIR.
Okay, so therefore there is no trust. Okay, Charu, your take on that. There is no trust primarily in the Election Commission, and according to the opposition, it's known very well that the EC is in a way in cahoots with the BJP. These are allegations. So when there's no trust, then you will not trust any drive, let alone SIR.
Here's the thing, Nabila. Here's the fact. All right. When you're winning Karnataka, Himachal Pradesh, Telangana,
this is a very easy now. It's all done. Please don't tell us this.
One
Karnataka, Himachal, Telangana.
I heard all your lives and now it is
why
you have not any facts
one house?
You've just been rambling. You've just been
one after the other. No personal jibes. I request you, ma'am. Go on.
Now, Nabila, let's only
I did not listen. I don't listen what she said. If she said something personally, I can reply to her.
No, she did not say anything personal. What I mean to say is please allow each other to speak. Yeah, go on, Charu.
Very much. Now I'm only going to speak on facts, right? Let's go back to the press conferences that Rahul Gandhi was taking. All the names that were taken, laughably, those people themselves shot down Rahul Gandhi's claims by the truth. And the truth is that the election...
Completely wrong.
Mr. Khan, do you not understand speaking?
I will not allow you to speak a false statement. I will counter it there and then because I will not get a chance.
Nabila, can you please step in here?
You can continue, ma'am. We hear you.
Thank you very much. Also, let's now go back to Bihar, right? And I will come back to Rahul Gandhi, but let's go back to Bihar. Initially, 7 different kinds of identities were allowed to get a voter ID card made for this SIR process. 7 IDs were allowed.
But the Aadhaar was not allowed originally by the Election Commission.
What is your problem? Do you not understand the
meaning? Continue speaking. Yeah, no, continue speaking. Please continue speaking.
So from 7, it was increased to 12. In fact, yes, the opposition...
On the direction of the Supreme Court, Aadhaar was allowed, Election Commission was not allowed. Tell the whole truth.
The Supreme Court made changes where it saw fit. So if a process has been carried out under the monitoring of the Supreme Court, at least honor that, if nothing else. That's the first thing. Second thing, the number of ID cards have been increased, not reduced, increased. Thirdly, every name taken by you was shot down by that person,
But Charu, what's with the Charu? My question is, as per allegations, that if you don't fill that form, then you're out. If you're by chance not at home at that point, then you're not able to fill the form, then you're out.
But not at all. So again, look at the numbers here, Nabila. Out of 7.5 voters in Bihar, around 8 to 9,000 people have lost
What very important point I forgot. What happened to the Bangladeshis and Rohingyas? BJP was telling how many Bangladeshi and Rohingyas were found. Let me tell you a fact, Charu. From 2008 to 14, Congress party deported 50,000 Bangladeshis. But from 2015 to 19, only 1,500 Bangladeshis have been deported. What happened to Bangladeshis and Rohingya? When Chief Election Commissioner was asked today, he just evaded this question.
Jailed for 7 years for perjury, for lying on record, and that's exactly why Rahul Gandhi refuses to
sign. How many Bangladeshi?
That's your
if I do not move on to the other guests, then we're only running out of time, and you're going to continue bickering. My simple question,
you are there in 11 years.
Shouting and such a disrespectful panelist.
Can I please have Abhilash, the political analyst, also joining us on this? So Abhilash, take it away. My question here is, as per the opposition, and if this is true, please fill us in. Is it true that if you're not there to fill your form, then you're out? If you're not there to give your document while the EC knocks at your door, then you've lost your chance. How really has it worked in Bihar? Is it in your expertise? Do you believe that EC, as it calls it a success, is it really successful on the ground as well?
Well, thank you and a warm welcome, everyone. So, what I feel is that the Election Commission's directives, if you see how election commissions,
we can hear you. Go on.
Yes, what I think the directives that has been given by the Election Commission of India lately, it has been a very bit of dilemmatic, because I feel Election Commission of India's main motto should be getting the maximum number of population into all of this format and into this whole functionary, because SIR I feel is very important. Because as our panel, both of the panelists from the BJP and the Congress, they were like just playing a game of Tom and Jerry in between them. But I like to ask one thing, that when BJP knew that the 2024 elections are around the corner, why haven't before that they have started approached Election Commission of India for a process
to be noted,
SIR to clean up for the voter list?
Yeah.
And upon that, when the person from Congress just now said that the Rohingyas have been mostly cleaned up from the time of Congress, the Congress regime. Now my question is, why still then West Bengal, and we know that how Mamata Banerjee has always been alleged by the BJP that Mamata Banerjee has been bringing in the Rohingyas. My question to both of my friends from Congress and BJP is that when respectively your parties were in the regime, your parties were in the ruling stances, what was the functionality what you are doing? And obviously, I would like to add up one more question to my friend from BJP, is that your government, when they were in power from 2014, they had utilized 10,000 crores of rupees of the government's funds, which obviously comes from the pockets of the taxpayers, for the Aadhaar card procedure. You ask people to stand in Aadhaar card lines. You ask people to link up the Aadhaar
Yeah.
card with most of the documents possible for
Yeah,
a
yeah,
citizen
yeah.
of this country to create a citizenship. But now, why will again a person have to prove that he is a citizen or he is a eligible voter of this country or not? Whereas BJP's own government is standing on the mandate of these voters only.
Why is all the responsibility again on the common person to prove that he's a citizen, that he's a resident, and these are the details? Let me bring in our former EC officer. Sir, what's your take on that? Why should people again prove why should this be a tedious process?
Pardon?
Why should this process be a tedious process? The political analysts says that when we have done enough work on our documentation, when we have Aadhaar cards, when we have voter IDs, what is this whole need for another revision where the common man has to bear the load of it?
No, Nabila, actually we have the draft list always. Always for the correction is ready for the election commission and first is started. And in all party leaders have to right to induct with our BLOs. All the BLAs are given by the all parties to assist the BLOs. So at that time and after that, if they don't have any submission of any problem there, they can submit in the draft list. There is a proper timing in election commission for everything, every process, and then we have the final list. Otherwise, any document is there. 11th and 12th is the
I can't hear anything.
Election commission has given the liberty to include that. So there is no problem. Why they are having problem? We are not asking for any nationality. The election commission has no right for citizenship. Citizenship subject is with the Home Ministry. If they found any foreigners to in our rolls, so they can report it to the district election commissioner, means the DC, they are called the district election officers. They report to the Ministry of Home Affairs. So their prerogative, Home Ministry can take the action on them, not the election commission. Election commission is only having the form, sign this, we are the Indian citizen. Only can sign it. And supporting documents, any document needed, this is the updated, this will be very good for nowadays. Earlier we don't have.
How many minutes does it roughly take, sir? Mr. Amin, how many minutes does it roughly take if the EC has to come in? But what if you're not at home?
Pardon?
What if you're not at home?
No. We have the online also submission.
So basically, if I want to ensure my name is on the list, I go online myself and verify my details.
And BLO can go to your doorstep. So you have your parents or your relatives.
What if nobody is at home?
So if you are having to lock the door, so this may be deleted. Of course, you must be aware. This is your duty. You must be in your house, or you give the evidence for that. You are the voter.
Abhilash?
How we can we close door?
My question is always.
No, my point is, if I'm already on the list, then I have to basically cancel all my plans for the next month, November 4th to December 4th. During a key phase of the festive season, and you have holidays, the mood setting in, people go out for holidays. You have to cancel all your plans and sit at home. At least one person, a member of the house has to be home.
Anything important, you can meet the AERO, our electoral officers there, and submit the application and give the certificate that I am going to out of the country.
That's exactly, but burden is on the citizen. Abhilash has a question. Go on.
Yeah, my question again, it's upon the approach of the Election Commission of India. Like as you just pointed out, that has the people who are working, the hardworking people, the hardworking class of this nation, the hardworking citizens, do they leave all the jobs? Like today, you are sitting here as an anchor of this news channel. Do you have to leave your job and go and sit back at your home? Do the people have to go leave their jobs?
Rights for me is in Bangalore, so I should go home. Typically, I should be in Bangalore.
Offices and should take leave and sit at home. This is my first question, because I feel the approach itself of the election
example, Nabila,
is not such positive.
One after the other. I have barely 2 minutes. I will give all of you. Yeah,
ma'am. Just one last question is that why suddenly Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and West Bengal, especially the states who have elections just after 5 to 6 months from now? That's my biggest question.
Isn't that a long period of time? 5 to 6 months is a lot of time.
As per the norms and how BJP is projecting SIR itself, I don't feel 5 to 6 months is sufficient, because we all know that
Okay,
how
so
this can
if
be,
like Mr. Amin
outplayed.
says, I'm not at home and I have to make an appeal, I have to go reach out to the officers, I have to send a mail, all of that will take a sizable amount of time, and 5-6 months is too less for that. Okay, I agree. If the burden of proving your identity is on the citizens entirely, then it is certainly a very short period. 6 months is short, but nonetheless, it's been called successful by the EC in Bihar. So, jumping off that completion from Bihar, they're basically announcing it across other parts of India. Now it's announced and it's going to be happening. There's no way to resist that. Opposition rule states also must comply with the EC rules. A final word from you, Suleiman. I'll give you your time. Please give us your sense. Now, Mamata Banerjee isn't cooperating. She says, I mean, basically, we hear that she has to cooperate. There's no choice, but she's holding a huge protest and whatnot. In Tamil Nadu, your ally DMK has also said the same, that that this is basically malicious. You have Kerala also resisting this. So what is the opposition going to do collectively? The India bloc and the India alliance is now going to be staring at an SIR drive, which you have no choice but to comply.
That's what we are saying. The government is forcing its will on the people of the country. All the people are opposing this. You know, all opposition parties, where opposition rule state, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal or Congress rule states, when they are saying that it's done to the advantage of the BJP, that itself is, sufficient for the Election Commission of India to listen to us. We have been telling them again and again and again, exhibiting them, examples and how things have been, done to the advantage of BJP, so that BJP wins election by this, manipulation in the voter list. So, but the Election Commission is not listening. What should any opposition state do? They'll oppose it. We'll keep on opposing it for saving the democracy of the country. When nothing is left now with BJP, RSS, Modi ji, now they are, manipulating the voter list, because the whole country has understood their fake plans, their, all the lies and the promises they have done turns out to be lies. They are a failure now. Therefore, now they are manipulating this list. Now the Election Commission has to, stand up for the constitutional guarantees and values which has been promised in the constitution. But it's behaving like a puppet of the ruling government.
Charu, your final word on this. Charu Pragya?
So, Nabila, here's the thing. One, no state government can refuse to cooperate, because like I said, it's a constitutionally mandated process. The Election Commission can also move to Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court will direct the state government to make sure this process is being carried out. Secondly, this assumption from the word go that it is against the opposition actually is against the very ethos of democracy. For those who are talking about the verification process, one, if you're a part of the voting list already, you do not need to provide any additional documentation. Point number two, you can also do this by yourself online if you are traveling, if you are somewhere else. Point number three, this process is going to go on for long enough. So it's not like you're going to miss it. So for example, if you're going to go get a passport made, you do wait for verification to happen by the police department, right? So here, if you are getting a voter ID card made, please understand,
but Charu Pragya, a passport and a voter ID, a big difference. Voters ID is a fundamental right, and no passport can still wait.
I'm using it like an example, Nabila. Also remember last time when after Operation Sindoor, there were so many people found to be living in India, not citizens of India, flaunting the fact that they have managed to vote in an Indian election, right? So if we know of instances like that, if we know that there are people existing on our voter list which needs to be cleaned up because it's not happened for over 20 years, I think we need to come together and cooperate. And I see Mr. Khan again.
No. I mean, all right. Abhilash has a final word. Abhilash?
I'm extremely disappointed, Nabila, because if this
Abhilash?
His tongue, it shows how uncomfortable he is with
allowing. I have zero time. I'm sorry, Abhilash.
Tell us about Bangladeshi and Rohingyas you were talking about. How
yes, I can tell you about
last found out you are a failure.
Please, can I have Abhilash audio only?
4 years.
Yeah, so the approach of how BJP, the spokesperson of BJP says that they got to know about the illegal immigrants in the illegal population of India after the Operation Sindoor. So the why it has been such that after Operation Sindoor, BJP government and the India-led government from so long they have been ruling in this country. They got to know about the illegal immigration and the illegal citizens of this country first. Second thing, again, as the spokesperson of BJP and Congress, they were saying about the Rohingyas and the Bangladeshis. My point again goes to them. Your parties were most of the time ruling and were the rulers of this country. What stances you have taken and what defense mechanisms has these two governments brought in to protect and safeguard the borders of Bengal? Today, if there is such kind of things are happening through the borders of Bengal, I feel the Home Minister himself should be taking the responsibility and resigning from his post, considering the fact that the BSF and the Border Security Force comes under
Understand
the
that point. I
Department of
understand
Home
that
Ministry.
point, but do you believe that experts say that SIR is going to sort of encapsulate all of that, right? Like if you are going to be very closely looking at the people who have the rights to vote, you also are able to weed out those illegals, etc. Thank you very much. That's all I have time for. Charu Pragya, we've lost a line. Advocate Sulaiman Mohammed for joining us, Abhilash Badra and Dr. Mohammed Amin. I really appreciate all of you. Let me quickly cut across to our top story here. As I move on, we have a very tragic case that's come to light from Delhi's Faridabad. Now, well, we're already living in the future. Artificial intelligence, once hailed as a marvel, has now turned harsh on many levels. It's rewriting lives, sometimes with devastating consequences. 19-year-old Rahul, a second-year student at DAV College Faridabad, had his entire future ahead of him, but that promise ended in tragedy after AI-generated fake images pushed him into despair. Police say that hackers broke into Rahul's phone, stole personal photographs and used AI tools to morph them into pornographic pictures and videos of him and, shockingly, of his 3 sisters as well. The blackmailers, identified as Sahil and Neeraj Bharti, demanded 20,000 rupees over WhatsApp, threatening to make these obscene videos viral if Rahul did not pay up. For 2 weeks, Rahul lived under silent torment, skipping meals, locking himself inside rooms. His parents noticed his withdrawals. And finally, unfortunately, on Saturday, when the pressure we hear from the parents became unbearable, Rahul swallowed some tablets, sulfus, poisonous substance that he consumed. He was rushed to the hospital but could not be saved. His family speaks.
हमें पहले से कुछ पता नहीं है, मोबाइल में निकला, साहिल नाम का कर रहा था और उसके बाद इसका क्या नाम, सुभाष का एक लड़का है, उसके साथ भी उसकी है, उसकी भी लास्ट कॉल उसकी भी है, उसे बोला जहर खा लो, बोला
किसने बोला जहर खा लो? सुभाष ने?
सुभाष के लड़के ने उन्हें बोला जहर खा लो। अभी पुलिस छानबीन कर रही है।
पुलिस छानबीन कर रही है। क्या करता था राहुल?
कुछ कॉलेज जाता था, घर में रहता था,
कुछ फोटो मेरे बच्चों की, मेरे पति की, मेरी सबकी फोटो रहती है उसके फोन से। उसने उसको ब्लैकमेल किया उस फोटो से, उससे 20,000 रुपए भी ले लिए उससे और मांगने की मांग की था कि और दे। उसने मना कर दिया तो कह रहा है कि जहर खा के मर जा। उसने जहर भी उसी ने बताया और ला के भी दिया।
Well, police have now filed an FIR under abatement to suicide and the IT Act against Sahil and Neeraj Bharti. Both of them have been summoned for questioning but not yet arrested. Officers say the use of AI tools and how far the edited photographs were shared will be determined after forensic analysis and digital tracking. So what's shocking here is that because this is a cybercrime case, that those people accused have not even been arrested. They've been called for questioning, but a formal arrest has not happened. Faridabad police calls it one of the most shocking cases of AI-enabled cybercrime we have seen, but clearly not harsh enough, or at least serious enough for the accused to be taken into custody with immediate effect. Rahul's death here isn't just a family heartbreak, it's certainly a national wake-up call, because this is what you will see today, tomorrow, the near future. AI is going to come up with a whole load of nudes, voice clones. It's being twisted enough to weaponize against people who are vulnerable, to blackmail them, to humiliate them. How could this be really avoided? That's the big question mark. Should not there be a way, a watermark, a warning, a trace to tell people that an image is AI-generated image? Because if that could happen, then it could probably save a lot of lives, especially with the one that we saw who lost his life at such a young age. All right, and a shocking case that's come to light in Delhi. Shocking murder straight out of a crime web series. A Delhi UPSC aspirant killed by his live-in partner who used her forensic knowledge to cover up the crime. 32-year-old Ramkesh Meena's charred body, that's the man there. His charred body was found in his Gandhi Virar flat on October 6th. What looked like a cylinder blast initially to the police finally turned out to be a planned murder, and that too by his own girlfriend. You see on the screens, 21-year-old Amrita Chauhan. She is a BSc forensic science student, and loved watching real true crime series we hear. So she, along with her ex-boyfriend Sumit Kashyap and her friend Sandeep Kumar, plotted this plan to kill her boyfriend, all because he allegedly had some private videos of both of them and he refused to delete it. She then roped in both of these boys and plotted to kill her boyfriend. On the night of October 5th, the three of them strangled her boyfriend Meena, poured oil on him and ghee and wine all over his body, and opened the gas cylinder in his house to make it look like it was an accidental blast. And then they left from there. An hour later, the blast happened. They thought all the evidence was erased except for the CCTV footage. CCTV footage showed later Amrita, the girl, the accused, with the two men, were spotted leaving from Meena's house, and that raised an alarm, with the police summoning them, and what they found was a nail on the head. Well, what the police saw was call records and enough and more message exchanges, all confirming her role and her ex-boyfriend's role along with the friend. All three are from Moradabad. They were arrested within days. Police have recovered the stolen hard disk and laptops that held Amrita's videos as well. What Amrita thought was a perfect crime here, inspired by web series, has now been undone, all thanks to a CCTV video they never thought existed. Now, we're looking at Kangana Ranaut. BJP MP and actor Kangana Ranaut has been forced to apologize by the Bhatinda court over her controversial 2020 tweet that wrongly identified an elderly farmer as Shaheen Bagh activist Bilkis Bano. Appearing before the court today, Kangana herself said that she regrets the post, calling it a general meme that she had shared during the farmers' protest, not something that she had personally written. She added that she had messaged the woman's husband as well to apologize for what she called an unintentional misunderstanding. This was Kangana, who was asked to apologize and then spoke right outside court.
अगर आप केस को अच्छे से स्टडी करें तो एक मीम के दौर पर कुछ माताओं का जो है वो फोटो लगाया गया था अलग अलग आंदोलनों को, जिस पे मैंने जो है कमेंट किया था. तो ये खैर ये कंट्रोवर्सी बनाई गई है लोगों को भड़काने के लिए और राजनीति में जो है वो एक हीन भावना पैदा करने के लिए और खासकर पंजाब से जो है मेरा रिश्ता बिगाड़ने के लिए.
Well, but Mahinder Kaur's family isn't buying it, saying the apology comes too late and only because of court's pressure has she apologized. The family refuses to accept it.
ਮੰਗੀ ਆ ਮਾਫੀ ਕੋਰਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਪਾਰਟਿਕੂਲਰਲੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਇੱਕ ਲੇਡੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੋਰਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਾਫੀ ਮੰਗੀ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਾਲ ਤੱਕ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਕਰੂਗਾ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਸ਼ੀਰਵਾਦ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਗਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਕਿੱਡੀ ਕ ਹਸਤੀ ਸੀ.
Well, the case dates back to December 2020 when Kangana Ranaut had claimed that the elderly protester was available for 100 rupees to attend rallies, sparking massive outrage across Punjab. Basically, the farmers' protest saying that you pay 100 rupees and they'll all sit and protest. Earlier this year, the Supreme Court had refused to quash the defamation case, observing that Kangana had added spice to it and it wasn't just a harmless tweet as she claims. The same remarks surfaced in June when CISF constable Kulvinder Kaur allegedly, in fact, we saw that, the video there showing where she was slapped. Kangana Ranaut was slapped by CISF constable Kulvinder Kaur at the Chandigarh airport, saying that she was very angered by that comment. Bhatinda court has now listed the next hearing on this same matter for November 24th. All right, a quick look at Tamil Nadu. A month after the Karur stampede that claimed 41 lives, emotional scenes unfolded at Mamalapuram today, where actor and TVK chief Vijay finally met with the families of the victims. But the question was raised on why grieving families had to go to where he was to meet him. In fact, families had to travel hundreds of kilometers to meet Vijay at a private resort, and those are the visuals that we saw here. This has been slammed by the opposition. Let's hear it.
The affected people are meeting Vijay today because they are coming to his place, which means they are visiting, coming here to meet Vijay. Vijay has no courtesy to go to their houses and inquire about the ask them or pacify them. Vijay's politics is totally different.
Well, the meeting was held behind closed doors at a private resort in Mahabalipuram, citing security and logistical reasons. Around 37 families, over 230 members, were brought in buses arranged by Vijay's team to meet Vijay at that resort, all the Karur victims' families. Inside, Vijay met each one of the families one by one, offering condolences and promising all help, including how to clear their debts and housing, education, any kind of loan that they've taken. He was, and also will ensure that they are employed. He was reportedly moved to tears, telling the families, "Consider me as one among you. I share your pain and I will stand by you every possible way." Vijay has also served tea to the families himself, offering floral tributes to those photographs of the deceased that were there, that they brought along. A personal gesture that he ensured to each of the families. Well, we know that the stampede claimed 41 lives, but the families, at that point, Vijay was nowhere to be seen. But now Vijay calling the families itself, we hear, now this is also one of the reasons is that the allegation that TVK makes is that until the day before this meeting here, there were many of the families allegedly have told Vijay that they were not allowed to come and meet him, that many people from the DMK, these are allegations made by the families, they were trying to bribe the families of lakhs of rupees, saying that we'll give you money but don't go meet Vijay. These are allegations made by the families, which has now surfaced, but well, at the end of it, Vijay has called them himself, he himself has facilitated their arrival to a resort so that he could meet them without any interference. All right, now war of words has erupted between Karnataka and Assam. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and Minister Priyank Kharge in Karnataka and in Assam. IT Minister Priyank Kharge made some controversial remarks questioning the talent pool in Assam and Gujarat. His comments have drawn sharp criticism and a fiery response is coming from Hemanta Biswa Sarma. Kharge, while speaking at a public event, has questioned why semiconductor industries were being set up in Assam and Gujarat instead of Karnataka, asking what is there in Gujarat? Is there any talent? The statement did not go down well. Assam Chief Minister Hemanta Biswa Sarma has slammed this, saying that this is an insult to Assam's youth and the educated. He says that comments were deeply derogatory and also hints at legal action against the Congress. Let's hear it.
Why our semiconductor industry is going to Assam and Gujarat when they want to come to Bangalore? I have raised this issue before. All the investment that is coming to Karnataka is being armed twisted by the central government to go to Gujarat. What is there in Gujarat? Is there talent there? What is there in Assam? Is there talent there?
Priyank Kharge is a first-class idiot. He has insulted Assamese youth, and Congress has not yet condemned Priyank Kharge. Perhaps we might file a case against him, because he has said that Assam doesn't have educated, competent youth.
All right, on that note, it's a wrap on this edition of the Bulletin. Thanks very much. Have a great night.
बढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
Irregular periods and unbearable pain, उसके लिए क्या करूं?
2 स्पून काफी। ये प्रॉब्लम दूर करने के लिए लायन डेट सिरप, इसमें आयरन, फाइबर्स, विटामिन्स, किसी भी बीमारी से लड़ने की ताकत बहुत ज्यादा है। रोजाना 2 स्पून लायन डेट सिरप हल्के गर्म दूध में भी मिलाकर पी सकते हैं। लायन डेट सिरप रोजाना 2 स्पून।
What is To the Nines?